Stop trying to make people like you. Seriously. Stop it. If you are walking in 2 rooms, conversations, and relationships trying to figure out what version of yourself will get the most applause, you are already losing. Every time you soften your opinion to match the group, every time you laugh at a joke that wasn't funny just to fit in, every time you over-explain a boundary because you are terrified of seeming difficult, you think you are being agreeable. You think you are being a good person. But everyone else sees the truth. They see someone who is begging for permission to exist. And here is the brutal reality about human nature. No one respects a beggar. You know exactly what I am talking about. You feel it in the pit of your stomach when someone talks over you in a meeting, and you just let them. You feel it when you say yes to a favor you have absolutely no time to do, just because you couldn't handle the 3 seconds of awkward silence that comes with saying no. You go home exhausted. You go home furious at yourself. Because you know that you traded your self-respect for cheap approval, and you didn't even get the approval. Instead, you got dismissed. You got taken for granted. You are following the modern self-help playbook. The how to win friends and influence people nonsense that turns you into a smiling, nodding chameleon. They tell you to mirror body language. They tell you to find common ground. They tell you to be endlessly empathetic. But they forgot to tell you that empathy without a spine is just compliance. It is weakness wrapped in a smile. And people smell weakness. It doesn't make them like you, it makes them realize they can use you. If you are tired of being the person everyone likes but no one actually respects, if you are ready to stop bleeding out your energy to keep everyone else comfortable, then stick around. Subscribe to the channel right now, because we are about to dismantle the lie you've been sold about how respect actually works. Let's look at the men who actually understood power. The men who didn't have to raise their voices to command a room. The Stoics. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome. The most powerful man on the planet. He could have demanded applause from every person he met. He could have forced people to flatter him. But read his private journal, Meditations. He isn't writing about how to make the Senate like him. He is writing about how to stop caring if they do. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." The Stoics understood a fundamental law of human dynamics that modern society has completely forgotten. Respect is not something you chase. Respect is a byproduct of self-sufficiency. When you walk into a room needing nothing from the people in it, not their validation, not their laughs, not their agreement, you become incredibly dangerous. And I don't mean physically dangerous. I mean dangerous to their ego. Because you cannot be manipulated. The habit that is killing your respect right now is the subtle, desperate need to control how other people perceive you. You are acting. And people can always tell when they are watching a performance. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." When you try to be everything to everyone, you become no one to yourself. You shatter your own identity into 1,000 pieces just to fit into the molds other people create for you. So how do the Stoics command respect without demanding it? They shift the paradigm. They stop playing the game of perception and start playing the game of alignment. Right now, you are making choices based on the question, what will they think of me? The Stoic only asks, what will I think of me? This is the shift. This is the only shift that matters. When Epictetus was a slave, his master, Epaphroditus, tortured him by twisting his leg. Epictetus didn't scream. He didn't beg for mercy to make his master like him. He calmly looked at him and said, "If you keep twisting, it will break." His master kept twisting. The leg broke. Epictetus simply said, "I told you it would break." Even as a slave, physically dominated, he held more power in that room than the man breaking his bones. Why? Because his self-respect was not attached to his master's actions. His self-respect was entirely contained within his own mind, his own reactions, his own alignment with his principles. He wasn't trying to manage his master's perception. He was managing himself. You have to understand that respect is an echoing effect. People will only treat you as well as you treat your own boundaries. If you treat your own time as worthless by constantly giving it away to anyone who asks, why would anyone else value it? If you treat your own opinions as disposable by instantly agreeing with the loudest voice in the room, why would anyone else listen to you? The Stoic commands respect because they are a fortress. They do not leak energy. They do not over-explain. When they say no, it is a complete sentence. Not no, because I have this thing, and I'm so sorry, maybe next time. Just no, I won't be able to do that. Silence. That silence makes weak people uncomfortable. Let them be uncomfortable. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to remain aligned with your own character. You have to stop viewing respect as a currency you earn by being good. View it as a physical boundary that you establish by being solid. A rock doesn't ask the river for respect. It just stands there, and the river is forced to go around it. You need to become the rock. This requires a complete death of the nice guy or nice girl persona you've built. That persona is a defense mechanism. You adopted it because you were afraid of conflict. But conflict is the only forge where real respect is manufactured. I don't mean starting arguments. I mean the silent conflict of standing your ground when the pressure is on you to fold. When someone makes a passive-aggressive comment, that nice response is to nervous laugh and change the subject. The Stoic response is to look them dead in the eye and say, "What did you mean by that?" And then wait. You will watch them scramble. You will watch them backpedal. Because bullies, manipulators, and people who disrespect you rely on your complicity. They rely on you wanting to keep the peace more than you want to keep your dignity. The moment you decide your dignity is non-negotiable, the entire dynamic shifts. This isn't about becoming cold or cruel. It is about becoming incredibly, undeniably real. It is about radical authenticity, stripped of the desperate need for applause. When you speak, tell the truth as you see it, even if your voice shakes. When you act, act in accordance with your own core values, even if it pisses people off. Especially if it pisses people off. Because the people who are angered by your boundaries are the exact people who were benefiting from you having none. Let them be angry. Let them walk away. You are not losing friends, you are shedding parasites. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that his life was short. That the opinions of the people around him would soon be dust, just as he would be dust. Why spend the brief flash of consciousness you have been given trying to impress ghosts? Why contort your soul to fit into a society that doesn't even know what it wants? You have to draw a line in the sand today. Right now. Look at your life. Look at the places where you are bleeding out your self-respect. The relationship where you are walking on eggshells. The job where you are doing the work of 3 people for the pay of 1, because you want the boss to think you're a team player. The friends who only call you when they need something to complain about. Cut the cord. Stop managing their feelings. Start managing your character. It will be terrifying at first. You will feel a massive spike of anxiety when you finally say no and hold the silence. Your brain will scream at you to apologize, to fix it, to make them smile again. Do not move. Hold the line. That anxiety is the weakness leaving your body. That anxiety is the ghost of your neediness dying. On the other side of that anxiety is a quiet, unshakable power. It is the power of a person who cannot be bought, sold, or manipulated. It is the power of a person who knows exactly who they are, and does not require a single round of applause to prove it. The world does not respect compliance. The world respects consequence. Become someone who has consequences. Not through anger. Not through force. But through the absolute, undeniable gravity of a person who belongs entirely to themselves. Stop negotiating your worth. Stand up. Be the fortress.